The UFC has finally managed to make its way to New York City for the first time since UFC 7 in Buffalo in September 1995. A ban has been lifted to allow UFC 205 Alvarez vs. McGregor at Madison Square Garden, and there are 3 title bouts on the card. Lightweight champion Eddie Alvarez will square off with bantamweight champion Conor McGregor in the 155-pound belt on the line, while welterweight champion Tyron Woodley and Stephen Thompson go head-to-head. Women's strawweight champion Joanna Jedrzejczyk meets Karolina Kowalkiewicz as well, and there are a number of big names scattered throughout the entire card. The UFC 205 Alvarez vs. McGregor is coming up Saturday, November 12, 2016, 10 p.m. That's the main card, Eastern Time, at the Madison Square Garden in New York City, New York, and you can watch the preliminaries on Fox Sports 1 and UFC Fight Pass, and the main card on pay-per-view. For the lightweight championship bout, the main card, Alvarez, who's 28-4, a former 2-time Bellator champion, stunned Rafael dos Anjos in July, while McGregor, who's 23, avenged his welterweight loss to Nate Diaz in their August rematch. Alvarez has a massive edge on the mat, but can he get McGregor, who has 3 submission losses, down to the ground? Standing up, McGregor probably has the edge, and the Irish superstar could ride that to a close decision. Our pick for this fight is McGregor. For the welterweight bout, Woodley, who's 16-3, upset Robbie Lawler with a knockout win in July, and Thompson, who's 13-1, handled Rory McDonald in June to earn this shot. Woodley is a strong wrestler and has knockout power, but he does not want to strike with Thompson, who is a wonderful kickboxer. If Woodley fails to get this to the mat, he will lose the title. Our pick for this fight is Thompson. For the women's strawweight bout, Jedrzejczyk, who's 12-0, beat Claudia Gaela in a rematch by unanimous decision in July, and Karolina Kowalkiewicz defeated Rose Namajunas via split decision, also in July. This is a rematch from an amateur match back in Poland, where they are both from, and Jedrzejczyk submitted Kowalkiewicz in March 2012. She has not lost since, and she has gotten a lot better since then. However, so has the champion, who is a world-class kickboxer with knockout power. Our pick for this fight is Jedrzejczyk. For the middleweight bout, Whiteman, who's 13-1, lost the middleweight title to Luke Rockhold in a December round, and a June rematch was cancelled due to a Whiteman injury. Romero, who's 12-1, is a former Olympic silver medalist who won a split decision over Ronaldo Jacare Souza in December. Romero is a monster at middleweight with 10 TKO KO wins, and even though Whiteman is better at grappling and he is from New York, Romero is a physical specimen who will not be denied. Our pick for this fight is Romero. For another welterweight bout, Gastelum, who's 12-2, has 2 split decision losses in his last 4 fights, but he beat former welterweight champion Johnny Hendricks by unanimous decision in July. Cerrone, who's 31-7 and won a contest, has 2 TKO wins and a submission win since moving up to welterweight, and Gastelum will be his toughest test yet. Gastelum is a versatile fighter, but not as nearly as much as Cerrone. Our pick for this fight is Cerrone. For the women's bantamweight bout, Tate, who's 18-6, won the title from Holly Holm in March and then lost it to Amanda Nunes in July, while Pennington, who's 8-5, has won 3 in a row. Pennington is probably a better striker, but Tate is a better striker than she showed against Holm, and she's better on the mat. Our pick for this fight is Tate.